I got him. I sent it to him.
I'm hype. He's allowed to join the space now.
Realist, you have to do the introduction to the 365, bro. You got the
Okay.
smoothest voice.
Hey, Hound, welcome. Just to give you an introduction to the space. 365, look, it's an open space for everyone, mate. We allow Safemoon maxis and we allow Safemoon holders with questions to come in here, and they can basically express themselves in any which way they want without the fear of being booted, launched, or kicked, or any of that nonsense. So, first of all, mate, cheers for coming into our space. Would love to hear your thoughts on everything that's happening right now.
Yeah, absolutely, guys. There's not really much I can say. I'm trying to take this and do this as professional as I possibly can because I care about the Safemoon Army, and I always have. When I started, guys, I started with the Hound. Didn't meet the team. I didn't know. I put in money. I believed in it. I got my fiance at the time to put in $15,000. I put in 30 of my own. We put in $45,000 at a high, and we held that all the way through. I watched my money drop all the way to 11,000, and I still held. And I said, you know what? Let me jump in on this and let me help. Let me help however I can. And that was my mindset going into Safemoon. I cared about the holders. I love the community, and I believe, and I still believe in what Safemoon stands for. So, it's unfortunate. I do see a lot of stuff on social media attacking me, and it's like, wow, like when I came in, all the products that you guys are going to be seeing and have already seen have my DNA on it. We built it from scratch, built it from ground up. So, I don't think it's fair, and it kind of hurts a little bit, but this is the world we live in, is that people don't have all the facts. They might not know everything that's going on. But I'll tell you this, everything I did at Safemoon was with 100% integrity. And I tried to be as transparent as I possibly could because I care about the Army, because I'm one of you guys. That's how I started. I have my reasons for going my separate way. And it was actually a surprise to me that I saw the thing on Discord from John, because I never knew I was being terminated for anything. So that is news to me. I had no idea. No one talked to me about any kind of write-ups or, hey, you're going to be terminated. I had no clue. That was like, what? Like, so as a response, I immediately went to Twitter and said, if that's the case, how then why would you text me, this right after I did my tweet? I'm like, I don't understand that. So, to me, it kind of hurts, and what I've given to the community and what I've tried to give to SafeMoon. And, I've done my best. And I will say this, I'm going to remain positive for SafeMoon because I believe in what it stands for. And I believe in what the community stands for. It's just now I'm going into something different now. And I'm going into something different because I want to be surrounded by people who have and share my vision and share really what I think I can do and how I can impact the world. And, and that's all I'm going to say. And I will tell you guys this, the next company I become CEO of, I will never talk badly about the people or put on social media or anything about any reasons as to why they leave or that. I will never do that, because that's just not what you do. That's just not what you do. And it hit me hard today, but it's one of those things where it's like, I have no ill will. I love the Safemoon Army. I love everyone I worked with, and I wish them the absolute freaking best. So
that's
Bro,
awesome.
yo,
That's awesome.
can I say something?
Whoa, 1 second, Alex. 1 second, man. You absolutely can. Just give us 1 second. Hey, Hound, that's something we did touch on here a while ago. We mentioned that the Safemoon Army is quick to pass judgment onto people when they leave Safemoon. Sometimes maybe it's appropriate, but still too much. In other cases, absolutely not. So I will just remind everyone in here, just be careful, how quickly you're going to pass judgment on someone. Let the dust settle, before you start sending fucking hateful DMs. We've had plenty of people in here. I'm looking at Mark right up here on the panel who's experienced that. So everyone calm down, listen to both sides of the story. and stay out of the old DMs with the keyboard warrior nonsense. El Hennessy, you want to talk, and then it's Sky, and then it's Slick. Oh, sorry, Foothound, are you okay to take some questions? Are you cool with that? Obviously, you're covered by an
Sure.
NDA,
I'd
so
like
be
to.
limited responses.
Yeah, of course. I definitely want to keep it limited. I mean, I want to keep it professional, and that's exactly
100%.
my ethos. That's what I want to
100%.
do. Like I said, I care about the Safemoon Army. I don't want to see it fail. I want to see it grow. I mean, this is, you guys, I started this well over 9 months ago. Fudhound was a month or 2 months before that. I was working on the Fudhound, and I was an outsider looking in. So there's no reason I would leave to leave amazing people unless I had a really good reason. There would be no reason for that. My DNA is on all of these products, and I've worked day and night on them with the development team that I'm very close with. So it's
yeah. I don't think we can judge you. Honestly, I don't think we should pass judgment on your effort, mate. We see it in your Twitter activity, and we see it with the regular rollout of updates to the wallet. So yeah, you don't need to defend yourself when it comes to that, mate. I think that we in this room are actually on your side when it comes to that. Sorry, El Hennessy, you had a question you want to pitch.
Hey, what's going on, Ryan? I'm a straight shooter, man. I'm gonna be honest. I tell the truth. And honestly, I don't really care if anybody's upset about what I'm gonna say. I'm not accusing you of anything, and I'm not saying you're lying, and I'm not saying you're up to something, right? But I feel like how everything played out, how you showed up in here, and some of the things you said were very eerily similar to the same thing Papa did with the whole call John type thing. And I'm not saying you were on the same ish, but I'm just saying it's very eerily similar. I just wanted to say that.
okay. Yeah, can you tell me what part? It's really just, I do care about the Safemoon Army. I've worked on the products that we're going to be releasing. I care. I mean, I don't know how else to go and to leave and to put a official statement like I did, and I put an official statement up, and thanked you guys for all the support that you've given. I don't know how else to convey that and to make that different from the other people who have left. I have no comment on that as either. I won't say anything about that, and I wish you guys the best. I mean, I don't know how else to say it other than I've given my heart and soul. And I understand that maybe their emotions are high right now for a lot of people who have, believed in the team or believed in me or believed in, the whatever, Safemoon is eventually going to do. And that's obviously a hard conversation to have, right? Because when a big team, core team member, who has basically overseen, the exchange, Safemoon Connect, the ecosystem, and the wallet, leaves, of course, that's going to be really big on a lot of people's emotions and on their minds. But I don't wish any ill will. I mean, I really don't. And so I don't know how else to say that and how to convey that with everybody, that, there's just reasons that people leave. They grow in their careers. There's other things that come up that, align with their ethos, and that's just where I'm at right now. And, I'm growing in my career, and I absolutely wish the best for Safemoon, and I will still cheer it on the sidelines.
All right, so you asked what things specifically what was said, right? So when you say things like I'm here for the army, I built this and that, like I put my heart into it, and then you say I'm gonna start my own token after showing up in the space. It's kind of similar to the same things what Papa did. And I'm not saying
I'm not starting my own token. I'm not starting my own token. I never said that.
Or company. What you said something about starting something.
Hennessy.
You said being a
Okay,
CEO, man. That's very different.
Oh, hold on. I don't want to mute anybody, but I want to make sure that things are not, miscommunicated. So, Realist, if you could just clear that up, because I don't believe the Fudhound said anything about starting his own token.
No. From my point of view, the Fudhound is referring to work he's done for Safemoon, not outside of that.
Another thing too, guys, is we don't want to keep a debate between just two people, because there's a lot of people who want to
Yes,
come up and
please.
ask. So if
Yes.
you ask your question, just move on and let someone else please ask. This is
Exactly.
not a
Thank you.
debate. Thank you.
Yeah, Sky was next. Sky, over to you.
I actually originally didn't mean to come up here as a speaker, but I said since I
Whatever,
got up
you
here, I
love
might
it.
as well ask something. But I was just curious. I mean, it seems like the timeline thing is a little strange because it seems like you were tweeting about being maybe like a little unhappy for a while, and then and now it's like kind of sounding like you're saying that John uh you were responding to John saying that you were fired, but I saw the timeline different. I could be completely wrong, so I was just curious about that. And then just a quick, also curious, does the Safemoon Connect thing, I know it sounds like that was your kind of baby. Is that stay with Safemoon, or is that something you're taking with you?
Oh, yeah, no problem. I'll answer that. So I'll answer your first one. The thing that caught me off guard was I saw that I was terminated. And I was never told that I was terminated. I was never talked to about it. That was never anything that was ever brought up to me at all. What was said in the not following compliance and confidential, I had no one talk to me saying, hey, Ryan, if you keep doing this, you're going to get written up, or hey, Ryan, you could lose your job if you do this. Nope, nobody. And when I saw that, I was like, whoa, like why would that even be said about me? Like, I'm trying to go out, and do an official statement and be dignified about it. And, and it's like, I feel like a lot of people, do watch what I say and watch what I do, and I want to maintain that professionalism. So to me, it was kind of hurtful that was said. And that a company came out and said why they fired me when I wasn't even told that I was terminated. And then so basically my screenshot was just after I I put my tweet up with my official statement. Then you can check the timestamps, and at 4:28 p.m. then I got sent the termination letter after I put that up on, and you can look at when I put it up, it was before that, my resignation. So I didn't understand like why this was even a thing and why this was said. And it's kind of sad that I have to defend myself over that, but it is what it is. And it's unfortunate, but I don't want that to overshadow, what Safemoon stands for, and, what the community stands for. And I'll leave it at that. And for Safemoon Connect, I will say that for Safemoon Connect, yeah, it's left in great hands. That was my baby. I worked on that, 8-9 months before I even came on to Safemoon. It's very, very close to my heart, and I can't wait till you guys see it. And it's in a great place. So, but me choosing to leave Safemoon has been something on my mind for a while. It's not just an abrupt thing. And, I finally, kind of made the choice. And, I'm just that it's for my own internal reasons. But I want to do good in the world, and I want to make an impact. And this is not for me to, someone said start a new token or something. I'm not starting a new token. I do want to up my career, and I do want to get into a position where I can really steer a ship in the right direction.
No, we appreciate that, mate. We appreciate it. I actually understand what that feels like, but not to have this much heat on your back when you make the decision.
No problem. No,
I
I'm
guess that's what it's like.
I'm transparent, and I will always be transparent. And I think that's so important. And, any organization, guys, any next company that I work for, I promise you, I mean, transparency is key to me, and building a great culture is going to be key to me. Building proper process, hiring the right people. It's going to be, that's something that's really important to me. And, right now I love where Safemoon's at. I love the DNA and everything that I put in these products, and I'm really excited there too. So it's just a different chapter now in my life. It shouldn't have been this rocky. I wasn't expecting that. But it's Twitter, and it's social media, and these things happen.
Crypto Twitter is wild. Slick Rick is next, and then it's DeFi Mark. Slick Rick.
Hey Ryan, yeah, I appreciate everything you've done for the community and the company as a whole. I know you've been passionate. I seen your YouTube videos when you were the FUD Hound. Yeah, I respect you as a whole. Everything you do. To me, it seemed like you were passionate and always here with us. So I appreciate that. And yeah, that's pretty much what I have to say. And another thing, when I got this is sort of off topic, but yeah, when stuff happened to me, I got hacked, right? On my birthday, and I know I DM'd you and John. I know you guys are always busy and stuff like that, so I didn't really take it to heart, but it was just a shame, like what happened to me. I didn't just lose Safemoon. I lost a couple other tokens too. So I just wanted to make it clear, that I am a person. It did happen to me. I know you're not there now, but I know I did send DMs to you and John. So I'm imagining you saw it at least.
I'm really sorry to hear that, man. And I get a lot of DMs, and it's like I've said this before. I try to answer, them if they're like really critical or if it's something that comes through, and I try to be as as responsive as I can. But obviously, I can't get to every one of them, and But thank you, for the support, and I really appreciate it, man. It means a lot. It really does.
Yeah, cheers, Lick. Okay, over to DeFi Mark, then Holly.
Hey, Hound. I just want to say, as someone that's also been, slapped on the ass by John on the way out, I feel for you. And you're a smart dude. You got a bright future ahead of you. So don't let any of the drama get to you. I've worked in the environment too. I know how it can be. It does get a lot, especially if you're not able to, branch out and work on DeFi the way you really want to. So all I'm saying is it's worked out for me in the end. I think you're going to do great things, and yeah, just keep your head up. But if I did have to ask a question, it would be, is there still plans in action to, refund the liquidity that was removed right before you left? Because I know that because of all the turmoil and all the confusion going on, there's been some kind of crazy swings in chart action. So I was more wondering if you had any idea if that was still going on or not. Because I know I'm not going to ask you about why you're terminated and stuff. That's all confidential stuff that I don't expect you to disclose to anyone.
Yeah, definitely. So I will say that I've already put in the order with our existing guy to basically build scripts for that. So that is definitely already set in motion from when I was there. Already set in motion. Now, obviously, there's a pipeline and there's a queue of a lot of things that we work on. And right now it was the whole swap migration and going over to V2 and everything. But yeah. Oh, and by the way, Mark, I've never had anything against you, and I think there was something about like, oh, I don't think that Fudhound likes me, or I don't know why. I don't know where that got, that miscommunication came in, but I don't have anything against you at all. Like, there's no reason for me to. And I'll tell you this: the only thing I think there was something about it was the talking about the swap and evolve. And I can honestly say no one ever came to me with that idea.
Of course, yeah.
And if that did come like to someone else, that was never communicated to me.
That's what I figured. And it ended up being exactly as you said. The most it ever probably was a miscommunication because, I was on pretty much right before you came on. So we really never got to work together. We were always just in passing in a way.
Yeah.
But yeah, the idea for Swap and Evolve was pitched to John and Thomas way back when. So it definitely wasn't it didn't come across your desk at all. So I didn't expect that. So it was a little confusing at the time, but as things passed, I really understood where that came from. So I don't feel that way anymore. But it is nice. Thank you for saying that. But I just want you to know I've always thought you were a cool guy. So I'll still support you, and just don't let the drama get to you because it dies down. Trust me, I've taken the heat. I'll tell you that. And John has a tendency to say people get fired when there was already kind of a parting of ways, and it happened to me as well, to a degree. So I feel for you, and it sucks, but people will notice the pattern.
It was news to me today. I honestly didn't know. I had no idea until I saw it, and maybe I shouldn't have responded on Twitter with the response that I did to say, but it was just kind of emotional. I put a lot into this and into the products, and
of course
it hurts, but
and you can't blame yourself for being human. You can't blame yourself for being human.
Thanks, guys. Yeah, I really appreciate it. And, it's like I said, Mark, it was, and I even felt bad because I was like, oh, is that true? Did Mark actually talk to other people? Or, oh my gosh, like I never knew. It was never communicated to me. But like I said, I'm glad we can bury the hatchet on that.
I tell you what, I should be charging money for all the reconciling that's going on in here right now. But that's good.
Listen,
Holly,
I
Good
won't.
one.
Holly
I
Girl is
won't
next.
call. I won't call Mark my friend until he goes on Discord and shows me how the blockchain works. I'm still waiting on that, Mark. Facts.
All right, Holly Girl has had her hand up for ages. We love safe
Hey guys.
females in here. Go for gold.
Hey Ryan. I just have a really simple question. Is there a reason that in your initial tweet this morning you said that you were leaving Utah? Why didn't you come out and say Safemoon that you were leaving? And it was actually it came out from DMs that I guess you had sent somebody 2 days ago about the Safemoon Army. You bleed for the Safemoon Army, but your hands are tied. So I'm a little confused as to why, if you resigned, why didn't you just come out and just say, I left Safemoon? Why Utah?
I wasn't going to make the announcement today. I wasn't planning on it. It wasn't something that I was planning on doing today. And then as I sat down, as I really thought about it, there was something in me. Look, I'm a really passionate person, guys, and passion drives me. And so if I really listen to my heart sometimes, and I really listen to, like, this is what you need to do, Ryan, I just do it, and I execute. And so that has its, it's a curse and a blessing, right? Like, there's a double-edged sword there. And I will say that wasn't my intention. But then after I did, and after it kind of like everyone was already kind of assuming that I was leaving, I said, well, I owe a courtesy to the Army to just basically say, hey, this will be it. So, that's how it played out. It wasn't anything that was planned at all. It was not even, on my mind. But at that point, I'd already thought about it, and it was like, okay, I guess this should be it.
Foothound, we have about 5 more hands up. Are you okay if I go through them with you? Have you got time?
Yeah, I got a little bit of time.
No, good stuff. All right, Moon
We really
Matt,
appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, man. Moon Matt? No? No Moon
Oh,
Matt.
sorry, I didn't hear you. All right, listen. Fudhound, all right, I know you're familiar with me. Okay, I just want to say in front of all these people, I apologize for the way I went about claiming Swap and Evolve. All right, I could have had a discussion with you. I could have made it private, but I chose to make it public. That was my mistake. All right.
I totally understand. I totally understand. And you know what? Don't even sweat it. I understand how, there's a communication breakdown. Maybe had we talked before, or maybe not, who knows? But you know what? There was a communication breakdown, and I am not sweating it at all. That happens, guys, but it takes a big man to come forward and admit, hey, I apologize. And I will always apologize, guys. In my next venture, I will always apologize if I'm doing something wrong, or if I screwed up. That's just how I believe that's how leaders need to be. I believe that's the mark of a good leader. And hey, thanks a lot, man. I really appreciate it, and I will extend the same courtesy to others.
Amazing message there from the Safemoon police. From Moon Matt. Thank you, Moon Matt. Dark Moon, exactly. You're next, buddy.
Hello, Ryan. I just want to say thank you for joining the 24/7, 365 space. I hope the Safemoon Army realizes that this isn't a FUD space, that this could be an informational space at all times. I appreciate you coming in. I want to say thank you for all you've done for Safemoon. And don't forget to check out those party horses, okay?
You got it, man. Hey, thanks a lot, brother.
All right, cheers. Thanks, Doc. Oh my God, it's President Royalty next. Watch out, Ryan. He might try and kick you in the neck. Royalty.
Oh
Or the
man,
dick in
I've
the
been
dirt.
waiting for this conversation, the Hound. I got to pull the car over for this thing right here. Hold up now. I'm like 2 minutes away from my house, but I need to pull the car over for this. Now, you was a Marine, right?
That's correct.
Yes, I was too. Well, once a Marine, always a Marine. All right. And all bullshit aside, I'm real. Okay. Safemoon Uncensored. That's what I run, but I mix it in with 24/7, 365 because we are the space. All right. I'm telling you, I love this space. Helps me a lot out with my PTSD as a veteran. You know what I mean? On having bad days, I come here and talk to my guys or whatever. And they look me out. Now, at the end of the day, I run my mouth, right? I joke or whatever. I talk about you. You know what I mean? I'm gonna be honest.
with the shirts or whatever. I see you got extra medium more, and he ain't that big. Now, all right. Now listen. I'm 245. I'm 5'7", and I was a grunt. I'm infantry. You know we run our mouth. Okay. But all BS aside, I just want to say thank you, man. And I tell everybody, listen. A lot of us is going to be millionaires off of other people's ideas. You know what I'm trying to say? So we gotta take the time out to let them do their thing. You know what I mean? And I know it had to be something serious for you just to walk away, because once a Marine is committed to something, we finish it out. And you still finish it out. You know what I mean?
100%.
You got all the products coming out and your name's on it. So I just want to say thank you, man. And, I love that you guys help people create generational wealth for me, my wife, and my kids, man. So I just want to say thank you, man, and keep going on. And don't worry about all this crap, because at the end of the day, guess what? It's going to die out. And you've been through way harder, especially in the Marine Corps, to, run away from this crap. You know what I'm trying to say? So you're good.
Absolutely. Hey, if anything, man, if anything, I'll tell you this. This definitely adds fuel to my fire. And it makes me much stronger on the inside. So I'm very excited for the future. And, this is just another chapter, like they say. But guess what? This chapter in the Safemoon Army got me to where I'm at right now. And I'm very indebted to the Safemoon Army. I'm very indebted to those who've believed in me, those who've supported me. I'm very indebted to those people. They're amazing. And, that's what fueled me, I believe, in my role with Safemoon every day. That's what fueled me, and it will continue to fuel me. And so thanks a lot, man. Stuff like that is freaking awesome, and it makes me want to, conquer the world even more.
Hoorah, man. Hoorah.
Hoorah, brother.
Sick. Joker's next, and it's John Wingate.
Hey, Ryan. Thanks for coming up. So, and I know that I appreciate you responding to the DMs I was sending you. I just got two quick ones. So last August-ish, you kind of get brought into the fold as global product head. Did you feel like Scotty from Star Trek, where you're being asked to do something in 5 minutes when it's really going to take 2 days? And was that leading to some additional stress, in what's going on? Yeah, okay, I can get that.
Sounds like you're in project management.
Yeah,
or you understand it at least. Yeah.
Right, but I mean, was there a true understanding? And we won't say names just to be safe here, from upper management. We'll just say that, on understanding how a project like this doesn't happen overnight. And the second question to that I was going to follow up with was there anything that we've seen over the last, say, 3 or 4 weeks, whether it be the fact that Swap and Evolve came down, or that the Treasury was seeing reflections and we weren't, and all that stuff that was being put, kind of on you? And I don't know if you can talk about that or not. Those are my two questions.
I made a promise that after I resign, that I would not comment on the internal dealings and everything. I will say this, and this is how I'm going to answer your question. We're an emerging tech, and the most important thing in emerging tech is having people who have an experience in tech work, or worked in tech or in blockchain, that work for you. It's very important, because timelines are put on things. People have expectations for certain launches, and in emerging tech, when you put timelines, or you even think like, oh, we could build that and it'll only take 3 months, tack on another 4 or 5 months to that. And that's why it's so important to make sure you're hiring, for proper technical skills. And that goes for, everyone in leadership, that goes for, the middle people, that goes for, developers. And, that's so important, because then if everyone's on the same page and you build up a company that has the proper people that are hired. Because if you ever look at it, I don't know if you guys know this, but I owned my own recruiting company, and I recruited for companies like Coinbase, Let Go app, Panopto, Miro. Miro, we outfitted their team, like a lot of their team members, before they got their Series A. So if you look at these companies, they have a very particular set of, how they hire people. and you always want to hire the right people for the right roles based on, obviously their experience and their track record. So it's very, very important, the people that you bring in, both leadership and middle, that you're ensuring that you get the right people in, because this is why. Those people can also call BS on certain things. So they can say, oh, wait a second, let's not push down that, let's not set that timeline, because, well, in my last tech company that I worked for, there is no way you're going to be able to get that done in that amount of time. So don't even set those expectations. Let's do this. And then that order rolls downhill, and then it goes down to the next person, and everyone's in agreement, and you're building a complete culture, a tech culture of people who understand the entire process end to end. So that's why when you hire like people who are in leadership, you look at their track record. How long have you been in tech? Have you been in tech for 5 years, 10 years? Are you in the same space? Are you in the same industry? Where are you from? And you look at that. And then what happens is now you're bringing in people who know the process. And if you bring in the people who know the process and understand how tech is built, and especially emerging tech, right? Then you're going to have a much more fluid build of your products, of your product lines and your company process and everything. And that's so important. So for me, coming from the recruiting space, that's key. And all investors, the biggest investors, Sequoia Capital, all these other ones that say, well, let's look at their team. They're going to go through their LinkedIn's and they're going to look at their team. Who's their team? What are they made of? This kind of thing. And so that's part of, the building phase of your company. And you have to be very, very particular about that. So, to answer your question, there's a lot of things like in any company that starts up where maybe not everyone's on the same page, and one person might think something takes a month and another person might think it takes 5 months. But if the person who's making the decision doesn't know that it takes 5 months and they think it takes a month, that's gonna lead to some problems, right? So there's things like that when you build a company, when you do certain things, you have to be mindful of. And so that's how I kind of see it, and that's from my experience of being in tech for 15 years. You got to be very, very cognizant of that.
All right, hey, last quick follow-up one.
All right.
Have you ever been fired on social media?
No, and I've never been. Never. I can't.
Has anybody?
I've never been. I don't remember the last time. Like I'm saying this as far as being terminated. Like I've always given either a resignation or a 2-week notice. Like that. It's just I didn't know.
Is everybody in the blockchain, or is it just me?
I think
we lost
Mr.
Ryan.
Fudhound may be in the blockchain.
Yeah, we lost him.
Maybe he's stuck in between two mountains.
Listen, we
an
got
Android phone.
We got a few people up here with their hands, but we have one gentleman up here that I think we should hear from.
Yes, I'm gonna literally go to him next. The moment that Ryan is back. The moment that Ryan.
What?
Just let us know when you're out of the blockchain, Mr. Fudhound.
Yeah, right. Can someone go to the Safemoon headquarters in that area and look for Ryan and give him a phone or an antenna?
All right. Well, Ryan, if you can hear us, we can't hear you. Maybe drop down and come back. In the meantime,
yeah, he dropped down.
We have Hank Wyatt up here. I would love to hear what he has to say about the situation and his take.
Facts.
Yeah, 100%. I'm not sure if Hank wants to talk about it now or wait until.
Hey, I'm also here.
Gets back up here. Yep. Who said that?
Mr.
Who said
Jacob
that?
Smith
Don't
down
forget
there.
that.
Let's not forget him.
Who said that?
Okay, look, guys. How it's
of
going to
intelligence.
happen from here? Malta. We're going to go Hank, then we're going to go John, and then Josh. Okay, that's as fair as we can get it. And there's absolutely no way in hell Rob's crypto is coming up. You could airdrop me 1,000 fucking Bitcoin, man. You're not getting up here.
Yeah, bro, you're not getting up here, my man. I'm sorry. You are too much.
Who is Rob?
And that's coming from Bobby Axelrod. So
That's
just
enough
know
focus. All right, no more focus on the FUD. Let's focus on the speakers we have in front of us. All right, let's give him the floor. Jacob Smith, you're a great guy, but we will get to you. Hank Wyatt, you have the floor.
Yeah, so hello everybody. Been a while.
Who's this guy? Hank? I've never heard of you before.
One, I'm not going to comment on the situation because I'm not dumb. I've learned from that. I've learned to keep my mouth shut. The only aspect that I wanted to touch on is just in regards to Ryan himself. I had the pleasure of working with him before I left Safemoon, and he was always point A, point B. How do we get there? What's the most efficient way? What's the best way? He was very meticulous and thought everything through. With any product that were to release that was under his management, I know for a fact he would not push it until it was done, if it was within his bounds to do so. So I can speak and testify to the fact that Ryan did know what he was talking about. He was a very good employee to work with, and I wish him the best as he continues to move forward in his next endeavor. Anybody doubting his ability to, do his job, you're mistaken. You're entitled to your opinion, but from my personal experience with him, he always did what was right. He was never unethical from any interaction I had. He always thought about the community in terms of decisions we made, and kept it straight and narrow. So that's what I wanted to put out. Nothing about Safemoon. You guys do you. I don't want to have anything to do with that conversation because people misconstrue what I say, even if I say one word. So that's all, you guys. I just wanted to touch on the fact that
nobility
I
to the
guarantee.
moon.
There you go.
We have the FUD Hound back up here. We have the FUD Hound back up here.
Yo, Hank, you might wanna scoop him up. I think he's a good one.
Yeah.
Let's go. Nobility to the moon.
Hank, you do realize someone's going to have recorded that little speech you just made. They're going to rearrange the words, and it's going to
I'm well aware. Yeah. Fonzie's already working on it. Don't worry.
That's amazing.
I just wanted to touch on that fact. I saw a lot of FUD going around and people belittling people who don't deserve that at all. From the day that Ryan was hired until I left, and obviously I still listen and read. From what I can see, even after I left until today, he did his best to do right by the community. You guys need to see that. When people leave a company, they're not the devil. All right. It doesn't make you any less human or any less of, a community member just because you leave. Even if you're fired, or even if you resign, or even if you still work there and you do something stupid, you're a person. You can make mistakes, but it doesn't change, it doesn't take away from the overall aspect that they were a positive thing, and you should treat them with respect, because if those kind of people didn't exist, you wouldn't have shit to begin with. So there you go.
Facts, man.
Thanks, Ryan.
100%.
It was a pleasure working with you. Love you, buddy.
Thanks a lot. I appreciate that. I really do. Thanks a lot, Hank.
Okay, Josh Wingate dropped down, so it's over to Metaverse Josh.
How do I step down?
I'll kick you down. Hang on, Hank. Can I launch you? Hang on, mate. I'm gonna launch you. Wait. There you go. I just launched Hank, guys.
Congratulations.
No. For the record, we don't launch people in this space. I've got a number of respect for all of the Safemoon team, old and new. Josh, over to you, buddy. Hank, we love you.
Hey, thanks guys for giving me the mic. Can everybody hear me?
Yes.
Yep.
All right. Well, since I just get straight up skipped, and you said I was next, I'm just gonna go ahead and leave.
No. Sorry. All right. Listen, I try my best. All right. I'm not a co-host right now. If I was a co-host, the space would be run a lot differently. You have the floor.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Josh, we
Disclaimer, we do not accept whiny little bitches in here. So if anybody wants to be a whiny little bitch, you can leave. But yes, thank you. Sorry about that. Go ahead, Mr. Metaverse Josh. I apologize for interrupting you. Go ahead.
Yeah, thanks. Hold on a second. I'm going to try to disconnect my wireless here so I don't get stuck in this blockchain. Can you guys hear me?
It's all good. Yeah, you're all good. You're good, man.
There's no such thing as a blockchain, but go ahead.
Yeah, so I just wanted to make this real quick. Ryan, we've talked before on LinkedIn and stuff. So I first wanted to say I think we can connect in a lot of ways. I can see how passionate you are about what you worked on. And I recently had to, and just in the last 12 months, I've had to resign from 2 different jobs because they weren't serving my happiness and my vision. And so I know how that is. And so I respect you for the decision that you've made. I know it sucks to be in this position, but we all know the passion that you've had, that you've put towards these products, and that we know when we see Safemoon Connect come out, we know that's all you. And I've been clear about this many times. That I've been more excited about Safemoon Connect than any other product, and that's mainly because I know the passion that you put behind that. So I wanted you to know that. Also, one last thing. I know that very few people, I've had very few conversations about the vision that I've had for metaverse technology and things. And I'm not going to even talk about that in here. I think you know what I'm talking about. Right now, I don't have anybody that is trying to put forth effort and trying to make that vision a reality. And I say to you that if ever you find yourself in a position to work with somebody to make real products like that, then let me know. You know what my vision is, and I'm ready to work on it. So I just wanted to let you know that too in front of everybody.
I appreciate that. And we did talk, and I won't comment on your vision either, but I think it's spectacular. So I will definitely keep that in mind, buddy.
Thank you.
Ryan's
Awesome.
about to get a bunch of job offers.
Yeah, facts. Next, it's BS Hound, and then it's Fahid, and then West. Safemoon West after that.
Real issue. Let me loose.
You need to fucking stay calm, man. I'm watching you. I'm gonna put you.
I got
If I need
my
to put you
hand
down the
on the
stairs
launch
for 2
button.
minutes, I will.
You're right at the top. I see you're staring at me at the top. Anyway, Ryan, question for you. Long time. I know you can't talk about internal affairs, but tell me if it rides on that. Did at any point you ever felt held back in your capabilities in your tenure? And I have a follow-up.
Well, I guess that's more of a personal question. That's not like a, it's not anything internal. Absolutely. I came from, a CEO background, and, I know how to build a company from the ground up. I know how to hire the right people and build the company, get it cash positive. In my first company, that one got acquired. The second company, we went 0 to 6 figures in less than 2 months. And that was from my recruiting company. So it's like, I know how to do it. I know how to do it from the ground up. My next company after that, I raised just 100,000 for it. And I was able to rebuild an entire project management system from the ground up that was for the remote space. And that's on my LinkedIn as well. So I know the process. I'm very intimate with the process. And, there's things, obviously, after I got acquired, I wanted to make sure that I see that the product line that I built, that I got acquired for, was able to get to a position where it's pretty much ready to go. And so I wanted to do that, obviously, because that was my baby, so yeah. And personally, of course, definitely held back. But like I said, that's a chapter. And then, we learned from that. There's so many great things I learned from, Safemoon and from the team and working with the team. And, I've learned so much. I can't give you guys the team, the development team we built is so amazing. And, I can't get over how much we did in such little time. And, when you put your passion behind that, and you just go, and you don't stop, and you don't let up. Yeah, you were able to do that because you have no blockers. And, for me, I'm the type of person where I need to fly with no blockers. And that's all I'll say about that.
Thank you for that. All right, the follow-up to it real quick. I'll just tell you right now, I've been trying to reach you guys for a long time, and I got some problems that need a solution in your next endeavor. So I'll tell you that much. Would like to speak to you about that one day. But on a lighter note, what is going to be your new persona?
Ooh, that's a big one. I have some ideas. probably
He's going to go
by
work in a quarry, and he's going to rename himself to Mudhound.
He's going to become the 365 Hound.
He's
365 Hound.
He's
going
going to
to
become a
promote
boxer, and he's going to
Kukachu
rename
to
himself to
Kukachu.
Let's
Toadhound.
go.
my next role will be CEO, and I'll be announcing that in a few days to a week. We'll see. But,
Please
yeah.
tell me it's Bitrise. Please.
Please tell me it's Kukachu.
Ash Panda.
Ash Pan, baby.
Anyway, guys, we got a couple of hands up, and I think it's Fahad, and then
Yes,
R2,
West.
and
No,
then was
it's
it
Fahad,
West?
then West. Yeah,
Okay,
Then
and then
so
it's
West,
R2.
and then we have the heavyweight champion of the world, Kat Harris.
All right, before you guys do that, Realist, go ahead and launch me.
Wow.
Oh, yes.
He just
Yes,
he's
okay,
just
you ready?
asking
I already
for
beat
it.
you to it, Realist.
Yes.
No worries.
Yeah, ready? You've done it already? God damn it, man. I don't launch people. Damn. Okay, sorry, where were we? Fahad. It's over to you, buddy.
What's up, Mickey? This looks like Call John V2. This is gonna go all the time. You must be some stupid motherfuckers if you don't see it now.
No, Fahad, come on now, mate.
La,
You're bringing
la,
it
la,
to
la,
another
Come
la.
on,
extreme.
man.
Come
What's
That's
wrong
my
with
on.
you?
Don't
Adab
be
from
flooding my
Fahad.
bag.
Fahad.
wait. That's my opinion.
Come
Fahad.
on, Fahad. You're a gentleman,
Okay.
man.
He did
Okay.
say
No,
it's
no,
his
no, no,
opinion.
no.
Hang on. No, he said it's his opinion. Give him a
This is
second.
called John V2.
No. فهد حبيبي I think خلينا نكون طبيعيين وهذا كل الكلام اللي جاي إن شاء الله يكون حلو وبيعجبك فخلنا نكون يعني شوي
لا ان شاء الله بس انا اصلا طالع من المشروع بس انه ده انصحهم نصيحه يعني بس
So
لانه
he's
الموضوع
stating
يضحك صار.
that the
Well,
space
I'd second
I
that.
think they just said
second that.
Safemoon to the moon.
to the moon.
Exactly, that's Arabic for
Okay.
let's go Safemoon.
Yeah. West,
Facts.
the
All right, who
floor
do
is
we
yours,
have
buddy.
next? Fahad spoke his mind. I love when Fahad comes up
Yeah,
here because he
West.
brings that fire. But go ahead. Who's next?
I think it's West who doesn't like the space. Go ahead, West. You can flood the space and
Hey,
go ahead
give
ask
him
the
a
question.
chance.
Give him a
Back,
chance.
give him
This
a
is his
chance.
first time here.
Please.
Baby steps. Thank you.
I haven't been in like a month, so I don't really know. I'm not up to date as much as you folks, but Ryan, I mean, for one, like you did a lot for the community, so I mean, I appreciate you in that sense. But I have a question for you, man. I'm trying to look here on your post. So, like 4 days ago, I just wanted to know if this is like a hint or if this has something to do with it. But I'm looking here and it says leadership doesn't fill in the silence. And then there's another one that says I only work for projects that allow me to have influence over the vision, and so on. So I'm just curious. And then today you posted that you're leaving. So I'm just curious. Is this something that's been in the works behind the scenes, maybe internally? Like, could you speak on this post?
What I can say is, this has been something for a little bit that has been in my mind that that I need to make the move, and it's been discussed. I've had conversations. There's been writing on the wall, things of that sort. And for me, it's and like I said, even yesterday, it was a few days ago. You got to have that piece, right? You got to be working for something that you're passionate about and you believe in, and that you feel like you can do your best work. And if you're not doing that, then you're doing a disservice, obviously, to those you're working for. And there comes a time when, if that ever changes, or if there's something that maybe changes that peace of mind or that peace inside of you, you need to be mature enough to say, look, I am not giving it my best, or I'm not giving it my all, or there's things that need to change in my life for me to really, really grow and really fly. You need to make that decision and you need to do it. I'll give you an example. I worked for Oracle for a little over 2 years. Amazing company, great company. I learned so much. I worked in product release. We built out that team from 3 people to 17 people. I was the third person hired, and we built out process. We built out all of I did the ISO. I helped with the ISO auditing. We got all the companies that came in that got acquired. We basically had to put them into kind of that Oracle framework. And after that 2 years, hit, and we went into maintenance mode. I didn't feel like there was a value I was putting on anything anymore. I didn't feel like there was really like I was a key person, like I was really driving the vision of that build out anymore. And that's when I left to start another company, and that was the recruiting company. So there comes a time, obviously, when you're building something, you need to be able to fly, or if you can't, you just gotta be mature enough to say, hey, I've done my best, I've done everything I possibly can, and now it's time for me to kind of go to that next level. Otherwise, you're doing yourself a disservice and you're doing other people a disservice.
Right. So I'm not here to criticize or say you don't have work ethic. That's not my point. I'm just saying that behind the scenes, it seems from your post publicly that there was an unsatisfaction there, and it followed up with today's regards saying that you're leaving Utah. I think personally you should have said Safemoon. That's just me. But then, like, the reaction that's going to cause in our community. So I just don't. My next question to follow up is like, why didn't you just put out a statement if you were leaving and you weren't fired? Why not just do what everybody else does? Put out the statement, talk to John behind the scenes, keep it professional, and then make an exit like a gentleman. I'm not saying
absolutely.
Because you fought the FUD and that was your YouTube before then.
Yeah,
so I'm just really curious.
Yeah.
And then when John hold on one second, and then when John posted in Discord, I've never seen John ever talk about anything behind the scenes until just now. Like, it's the first time we've ever seen John say, oh, like, this guy wasn't following procedures, and it's very suspicious in a way, I guess, for me to understand, because I haven't seen him do it to anyone besides just you, no offense. And like, why put out that post if you were walking away? Like, John's your boy and you guys are still friends. Why not just have that conversation behind doors internally in HR silence, and then just put out the whole statement, and then follow it up with anything that comes after that? It seemed like between your post and John's post, it was a boxing match. So obviously, reading between the lines, there must have been a beef there between you two. And now
Is
we're
this a
here.
question or interrogation?
It's a little bit of an
It's been
bro.
going
This
on
sounds
for
like
a
an
long time
interrogation,
now.
my man.
Yeah, it sounds like
Yeah.
you're interrogating the guy.
Hey,
Next.
no.
After
Yo,
talking all
stop.
that
Let
shit
him
about our
let
space,
him
bro,
answer.
that's not
Come on.
right, bro. That's not right.
I'm asking a question. I'm
It's not
following
a
up with you.
debate.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
is.
bro, we're not
So
here to
I'll
hear
tell you
you
this.
fucking,
No,
turning on the
stop.
Fud Hound,
Stop.
all right? You loved him a week ago, and now you want to turn
Hey,
on him, West.
I've
You
everyone
don't
never
say
be
that shit here,
quiet,
bro.
please.
look at my
All right,
post.
who's next? Who's next? Who's next? Who wants to ask a
Hang
question?
on.
Oh, sorry about
Mikey,
that, realist. I
hang on,
fucked up. My bad.
hang on. West had a genuine question, wrapped up in a debate and story. So let the safe hound
I
respond.
know, but
Okay.
it just kind of sounds like deja vu. You know, the way they turned on the Papa on the Wizard?
No,
You know, it kind of sounds like
I
that.
know.
I don't
But
know.
we're
I
not
don't think
about
it's right.
that.
I don't think it's
Give
right to
him
do
time
that.
to
This is how it
respond.
works.
Of course,
This is
I'll let him.
how it
I'll let him.
works.
I'll let him. I just don't
Yes,
like that, you know? It's not cool to do that.
Ryan,
All
if you
right.
want to answer that, Ryan,
So
feel free to.
I think that the main question is basically it's, oh, you said you're leaving Utah, and then you said it. So yes, I said I was leaving Utah, and that's exactly what I'm doing. Then it went down as, oh, he's leaving the company, but it was already on my mind to leave. So that the FUD was already created. So I just followed up, and I said, you know what, I'm just going to do my official statement then. The FUD was already followed up. It was already, it was, people had already said stuff about it. It already came out. So, in my mind, I'm like, well, I might as well say it then. This is obviously how I feel. I feel strongly about it. I'm very confident in my next steps. And, that's what I did. So there's no, and like I said, there's no like ill will against John or against Safemoon at all. The only thing I said was I was surprised that I was terminated. I didn't even know that I was terminated. That's the only thing I said. And that's the absolute 110% truth. I had no idea I was never talked about, being terminated. I was never talked about being written up for anything. This was never a discussion we had ever. So it was a complete surprise to me. But yeah, I all I'm going to say is, I do see how the community kind of reacted, obviously, for other people leaving, but at least give me the benefit of the doubt of who I was even before I came in, how much I had invested in the company, not just monetarily, but my reputation, between doing the YouTube videos and then coming in and delivering. So that's all I'm going to say about that. Yeah, that's how I answer your question.
Cheers, Ryan. We're going to move on to Mr. Cat Harris. Be
Let's chill with
careful.
the censorship, though. This space is supposed to have no censorship, so let's let people ask questions. And if they're bullshit, let's do it a little more.
Oh, of course. Well, that's why that's why Fahid was.
It's funny.
That's why we
It's
let.
funny. It's
Hey,
funny you should
whoa,
talk about. Is it my turn?
Cat
Yes.
Let me
Harris,
finish
I'm
my
just giving
thought.
you a warning right now, bro. I don't give a fuck who it is, man. You're not
What
gonna come in
warning?
here
No,
and
no,
start
I'm
calling
fine. I'm
anybody
cool.
names. So I'm just giving you a warning.
Okay.
Just a warning.
Look,
That's all I'm
Can
giving
I,
we
you.
don't.
let me know when to begin.
Don't.
I'll wait. I'll
Okay,
wait.
we don't censor, Mark. Okay, Fahid came up here and he was blasting, and we didn't kick him. We talked to him.
Exactly.
Six
So I
pack
don't know
talked
where
to
you're
him.
getting that censoring idea
Yeah.
I
from.
mean,
We
you
don't do
muted
that here.
everyone and said next, but besides that,
No. Okay.
Nah, I think you're crossing the
I
line
only.
there, Mr. Mark.
Can I just finish
Hang
my
on,
question real quick
Mickey.
to follow up to Safemoon
Yeah.
Hound? Because
Move on.
I
Want to
think
hear
we
what
need to
Cat
move
Harris has
on.
to say?
Yeah, we
I
need to
mean, I
move
thought that we
on.
were
This is
asking
not.
questions and keep it in order. I wasn't.
Well, okay,
Yeah.
here's what I'd say. Yeah, Wes, you've already asked 2 questions, 2 more, and this is going to be the Price is Right, or what is it called, Wheel of Fortune, and we can't have that. There's other people who want to also ask. You're not the only one, buddy. I can't unmute because people are sending me laughing emojis.
Don't do it again.
I've done it for you.
Six pack. Don't
I've
do it
done it.
again. I swear, I'm not even joking. Don't do it again. Cat
It's
Harris, you're up
let's
next.
not
Go ahead.
descend
Moon
into
All right.
Mat,
him.
you're
Go
not
ahead.
gonna threaten anyone. Calm down.
Can
Calm
I
down.
begin, gentlemen?
Yes, you can, sir.
Yes.
Go ahead.
All right. So Ryan, obviously, it was a shock to all of us. A lot of us that know the hard work you put in was not in vain. And I don't want you to ever think, at least in this space, that you can always come back and let us know how you're doing. Let us know, because you've always been positive. I've never seen you, not in a video, not on a space, not on a call, that it didn't sound like you were smiling. Except for one time when you were in a Bitcoin maxi room. But other than that, you're always smiling. And it just goes to show you that people wish they had the kind of job that made them happy. And I knew you were happy for as long as it lasted, until that ship has sailed and we had to move on. So I just want to ask you one question. And by the way, my picture is I
Homage.
can contribute.
Homage.
Yeah, it's homage to you, because I'm notorious for fighting FUD. There is no greater Safemoon Maxi that fights FUD, but ironically, I am banned in almost every
Shut
Safemoon
the
space.
fuck up and answer the question.
That's a fact. So here's my question. I'm going to ask you the same question I asked Thomas when he left Safemoon, and that is, you're an insider, and we don't expect you to spill the beans. So what haven't you said to us from the past that gives us reason and hope to believe in Safemoon? What about Safemoon is that you haven't really shared yet, and now might be a great time to share about why you think Safemoon's a great project for everyone invested in it? Go ahead.
Absolutely. Since I stepped into Safemoon back in, I think it was end of July, I'll say this: from the day I stepped in, I went straight to work, hiring team members, making sure we got the right fit, making sure we had the product lines in order. And I will say this: there's my DNA on all of the main products that we've been talking about. I believe they're absolutely amazing. They have huge. They can fly. They can fly if executed and launched correctly. And those all have the team that I've worked with, the plans, everything, the masterminding behind it. I did, and that was, it was help with the team, the product team, and they built it. They made it come to life, and I'm really excited to see those come to fruition. I'm really excited, and I think when the Safemoon Army starts seeing those, they're going to be very excited as well.
Thank you, Ryan, and I wish you the best of luck and best of health as well.
Thank you. You as well.
All right, realist, who is next?
Honestly, I haven't a fucking clue, man. This is
I
just
think
wild.
it's Baton,
Change the co-host.
and then Blue. Baton and then Blue.
I was going to say I'm going to take one more question, guys, and then I'm going to hop out and grab some dinner.
Appreciate it, Funhound. Appreciate it. All right, we're gonna go to Mr. Baton. Baton, go ahead.
Hey guys, Ryan, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Hey Ryan, just wanted to say thank you for your service and for all the hard work you've put into Safemoon. to make it what it is today. And I'm sorry that your time with Safemoon is nearing its end, and wish you the best in your future endeavors. Um, and you may or may not remember, but I was the guy that asked you months ago the question about, out of all the things you know about Safemoon, what percent of that is known publicly?
Oh yes, yeah.
And so I want to kind of ask you a similar question: is with the amount of all that you know with Safemoon, with all your experiences that you have since joining, what is one thing that you would like to leave the Army with, to give them sort of like a idea of where they can see Safemoon, let's say within 5 years?
How would I say it? Well, I wasn't privy to a lot of the things like with the windmills and Dark Moon and that kind of thing. I wasn't very privy to those build outs, and I wasn't a part of those projects. But I will say, for the ones that we built, I think you guys are going to absolutely love where we're going with the ecosystem and with Safemoon Connect. Absolutely love it. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart, because this is something that I've preached day in and day out, that this could be an industry changer. And everything that we built for those product lines, I believe can be. So I will say that you guys will, and I'll say this: Connect and the ecosystem, by the way, are things that can go on for 5 years, just because of the scalability. So very excited to watch those products launch.
I love that you said we. That's how I know it comes off genuine. I'm happy you were here tonight. Much love. A bunch of luck to your future too as well. Thank you.
Hey, thanks a lot, guys, for having me. I really appreciate it. And hey, like I always say, Godspeed, guys.
Take care, Ryan.
Thank you, and you're more than welcome to come back
Yeah.
anytime, my man.
Wait, Ryan, I
Thanks.
got one question for you, bro.
Negative. Negative.
Negative,
No. Man's got
What's
to
your
eat.
favorite beer?
Negative.
What's your favorite beer?
Stella.
Is that Califia? Is that
There you go.
Califia?
Thank you.
That's
You got it.
Califia. Got the
Stella.
answer. His favorite beer, Stella.
Take it easy, guys.
Be good, buddy. Thanks,
Thanks,
man.
See you later,
Ryan.
man.
Okay.
Bye.
Let me just
Can I
say,
Yo,
recommend?
who the fuck was calling out 365 for not being fucking open to people's opinions?
let me
Huh?
just say,
That's exactly what I
Who
wanted
the
to
fuck
say.
was calling out 365 while the Fudhounds in here and I'm trying to keep the peace? I
Not
know
me.
nobody's trying to call out 365. It's
Jeremiah, come
open as
up.
fuck in this place. Go ahead, realist,
Mickey.
handle it.
Wait, I
Yeah,
got
that
something to
was
say.
that. No, Matt something to say. Yes.
All right, so I don't know how many people have seen, but Jacob Fox decided to leave the space and tweet about 365 as if he knows what's going on. All right, he decided to try and roast Mark. All right, here's what I have to say about this guy. He's a goofball. Okay, if you
Get him, Moon Man, get him.
if you want to go to a circus, you will find Jacob Fox in the clown section. All right,
Hey,
that's where he'll be.
Moon,
He's a bitch.
Moon Matt, I got a question. All right, so Matt's never worked with him. I've actually worked with him before. He's actually a genuine asshole. Like every single time I've ever interacted with him, and anyone else that's ever interacted with him will say the same thing.
What's
I
funny
mean,
is
he
I
paid
noticed that with the one
attention.
comment
Who is
that he
this?
made. I noticed that with the one comment that he made, and I was like, "Wait, this guy's a fucking asshole." But I didn't know that he had a history of that.
You know
That's
who's
crazy.
not?
Who was this
Not
Jacob guy? Was this the guy that got fired for releasing?
Yeah, it's Fox. He was the
Uh,
Safemoon lead
uh,
web developer. Oh my god.
okay. I didn't know. If I knew, I would have attacked him because I'm attacking everyone, including Dejan.
Hey. So Fox was one of the guys that apologized to Wittriel during when that whole thing went on.
What? Who said that?
Are you have you been
No
drinking?
way, Dejan's up.
Who said that? Who said that? Who said that?
We can't
Who
do
said that?
Degens right now. No Degens right now. We're talking about serious discussion.
Listen, serious discussion.